It's like you all stand in the outside warehouse. It's like, can person X and person Y please go over here? And it's like, person Y, please shoot person X.
Oh wait, so they are going live here? They're gonna replay this round then?
We are back.
Okay.
Fair enough.
We back. What was that?
What was what?
What was what?
Had
That? Or this? What do you mean?
that noise you made.
I made?
Was it you?
No.
Was it Robin?
I didn't do anything.
It was the
Okay, never
game.
mind.
Dan?
Go.
Hello?
I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Nice. Back into the game. Back
Counter-Strike.
into the action.
Back into an eco round. Let's go.
Love me some eco rounds. They're gonna run in through the door, and they're gonna burn, and they're gonna die.
The bomb made us at least. I miss. That's one thing I miss about the old Nuke is that I had a smoke grenade through the window where you could emerge from the door into the vent and they couldn't actually see you. But I would nade off the window first, which would blow the vent and the door, and then drop the smoke. And then you can just glide through, and nobody knows any the wiser.
So I have a Glock. I'm not doing anything from here.
I'm really happy that they adjusted the area towards Squeaky that Rush just made his way through, so you can have those old executes into A. That, for example, that team, Blade's old team, that team, they were really good at the A executes.
Yeah.
In old Nuke, and now that's more viable with those changes.
I like that you can see the shadow, by the way, of the players jumping off of the main roof. That's pretty cool.
I'm really sad that it's not viable to stand on the warehouse anymore, the warehouse roof, because of how quickly you can get up to silo. Like you know, that was fun. They were good times, but now they're in the past. Got to let go. Got to move on.
So I think this break helps OpTic to some extent, because it must have been tilting, because they got completely wrecked on the force buy from EnVyUs, and EnVyUs picked up 3 rifles. So, oh, that's an angle.
Just gonna cover down. Maybe a lower take here. Smoke it off. Go lower.
Question
Split ramp.
is, will they do these smokes every round, Astralis style?
They should do them every round.
Astana Dragon style.
Otherwise, it gets very obvious.
There's a player in the warehouse who will hear this, the movement, so they'll know at least one player's there. Obviously, they won't know the bomb is there unless they had somebody on catwalk.
I really like the way that G2 play their CT side on this map that we saw recently. But I guess we can go into that in a moment, because they had a pretty good success playing against the wall of smokes outside. Oh, Scream. Doing Scream things. But OpTic will make their way down to the control room. But no, Scream is still lurking. It's such a big problem. Look at this. Still just on the bomb site. Rotations coming in. OpTic just have lost too many players at this point. They haven't even been in a spot to use their nades. It's a nice trade eventually coming from Naf. But what is he going to do? He's alone. The bomb's in the middle of no man's land there.
Scream bought tons of time for his team as well.
Yeah.
And we have to give credit to the fact that he didn't, like when Scream was where Nafli's standing now, he didn't feel compelled to try and take every single fight here. He, you know, bought some time for his team by repositioning and also put himself in a better position to get that second kill. So nice stuff by Scream. You don't have to take every fight presented to you. It's not always the best thing for the team.
I always find it interesting that the decision positionally for the player that's like, when you know that all the smokes are there, you know you have a very good guess that OpTic are going to, like, let's say all the T side are going down secret. If you're going to be, because you essentially don't want to give away control room, really. But obviously there's a positional decision you have there. Do you stay closer for the rotation and the vents and allow them to have control room, or do you play from control room? You maybe have a duel, or you can get the smoke down. And if you get the smoke down, then you buy all the time for your team to rotate in the world. So it's, I'm always curious when teams take, have that decision.
If you are just joining us as well,
yeah.
Envy on the previous map had a good leads and then lost it, and then somehow scraped their way to a third map. Somewhat surprising the way the second half was going. Not many CT rounds were won on Train, but indeed here we are on Nuke after some long delays. Nafly wielding the AK for OpTic. There's one person rampant is in a warp. I think it's a good spot for him to try and get some headshots.
Yeah, I mean, the idea for ramp as well, referring to Scream before, you want to take the initial peek, you get one, that's great. If not, you want to get lower as soon as possible, right? Wait for backup, because there will always be one guy dropping from vents from the bomb site to try and help you out. So it's okay for teams to have ramp control. It doesn't really give you that much. You still have more rooms to take.
You can that red box. You can spray through the bottom right hand corner like you could on previous versions of Nuke. So if there's a rush coming, you can spray through that, which gives you some extra safety.
One thing I'm going to be looking for with EnVyUs is if they do as G2 did, and they have a player, when they're faced with the wall of smokes outside, if they have a player where Shox plays, commonly for G2, where Shox will basically, he'll position himself in that corner by T-Red, you know, by that crate, behind that crate basically. So he's got his back to the smokes, and he can kind of basically peek around and see, are they actually pressuring outside and going past the smokes? And also protect the AWPer that might be playing outside, you know, which would be KennyS in G2's case. That position is really, really nice, and I think it's quite a good way to attempt to deal with the wall of smokes. We do see it every single round, which hopefully we do.
Robin, when you played Source, did people spray through that bottom right corner of Nuke?
Yeah.
Through that box? Because that's not. I don't think I've seen that once in new Nuke on CS:GO.
Wait, let me see. I wonder if that was even spammable. I don't think it was. Maybe in the corner.
In the bottom right corner.
Yeah.
Well, at least on CS:GO.
No,
and
like
Nuke
a very yeah. I'm not. Actually can't remember. There were a bunch of glitches back in Source. You could like wall through stuff that was apparently there, but it didn't really block anything, which was great.
Mm. The only thing I can think of like that was the bug on Cash where you could throw a flash through the wall into checkers from mid.
Oh, this is a cool upper take here coming in from OpTic. So of course you can see the smokes coming in from the roof. They wrap from main, they do a split from main, and it's working pretty well. They've got 4 versus 3 going on here. Happy was on an off angle secret, which is quite a nice little move, which he can use. He might be using again in the following round as it wasn't discovered yet. And now OpTic have the bomb sites and the post plant set up. This can get awkward. In fact, so awkward that EnVyUs are going to save. So OpTic did really well here. They set it up and they executed it perfectly.
Do you remember when you could boost someone in B and defuse a bomb on A through the floor? Good times, man. Those are the best. Those are the best parts of gaming. Stupid things like that are awesome. Or if you could AWP somebody through the floor as well, if they're planting default.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can still do that here. I think, right? It's still wallable.
I'm not 100% sure.
Almost certain.
I don't think it's as effective as it was, at least.
Probably not.
There might be.
I mean, in 1.6, it pretty much did not full damage, but it did a heck of a lot of damage. Damage a little bit worse here in CS:GO. Both
teams on the monies. No AWP on the T side.
So I think, I wonder if Sixer will change his positioning. Because one of the problems they had there was obviously OpTic had a lot of freedom to split from outside, essentially, and the only person really watching outside was Happy, who was just sitting in an off angle by secret. So yeah, it looks like Sixer indeed is going to be more present here. Happy again, yeah, still with the off angle. So if they are going to go for that outside push to a secret, he'll be able to catch them.
There's a really nice pop flash you can do from where Happy is as well, off the wall if there's a wall of smoke.
I think they're going to do the same round.
Yeah. Oh, just the inner take, you mean?
Yeah.
They are setting up through the smokes.
The split with main, into main.
Missed one of the smokes. That's not good. That was supposed to go up to heaven.
Bad. It's terrible.
Oh, the scream's blind for now. RPK, did he get taken down through smoke or from main? I don't know. But that is a wipeout of the A side despite the grenade issues. XMS on the high ground. He knows Naf lies there. Got the 1v1, but that's another headshot.
Is it possible to get a replay of what Happy was doing this round after the round ends? Like before he got the 2 kills, if that's possible, that would be nice.
Probably went through the smoke, killed the 2 guys in main, and then
yeah,
walked under heaven.
Yeah, but
he did the same
problem
thing
was for this split, for the upper split, like you can't let the players come into main and kill your teammates on the bomb site if you're holding yard. That's what you're supposed to be doing for them.
Sure, but that angle that he had though, and especially with the smokes, because I think the smokes are lined up right, so Garage completely out of the picture. Like you can't see anything. They run through the smokes in main. There's a flash coming in from hut into main. You go in, and you take the duels.
Yeah, he had the off angle on stairs, on the secret stairs. But it wasn't outside. Like he was not smoked. Like he could peek, but I guess you feel very vulnerable from that position when players are on the outside rafters or the silo.
Yeah, I'm not really sure where he was. Exactly, couldn't really
Yeah,
tell
he might have been
from
peeking.
the radar if he was like in garage where that pipe was, or was he in secret?
No,
or
he was in
he
secret.
just-
No, he was in secret. Yeah.
Exactly the same position as the previous round, the off angle in secret.
Tactical timeout called for. We don't know. My guess would be Envy.
So yeah, Happy's position. If he stands with his back to the wall and throws a flash, I think off above the stairs, it's like a perfect pop flash. Although obviously there's a sound cue issue to look at there. So hopefully this pause isn't too long.
It's Envy has paused.
There we go, on pause.
The thing is, like, when it comes to yard and secret on the T side, when you want to go lower, you should try and not run down secret, not give away any sound cues, because that's when you can really fake with just throwing the smokes, right? If you don't give away any sound cues when you throw the smokes, the CTs can't just, obviously, by sound, know whether you're secret or not, so they're going to have to send a player down if they don't have someone already in secret to look out for that, and that way you're going to be able to force a rotation out and then go for like the upper execute that we just saw.
So that smoke on Yarder, that was the CT smoke to allow Happy to get back into secret really fast to cover his cross. So he's taking exactly the same spot. Yeah, this is basically exactly the same spot as the last 2 rounds.
Yeah.
It's interesting actually, because what I said previously was that position that Shox takes is T-red by the crate. Now that would be a position where he could actually get the info spot, actually take engagements as they're running.
Sixer must have an angle though, surely. Where's Sixer?
Here we go. Oh, that's a bad
yeah.
miss.
Sixer's on catwalk, so Sixer's covering the cross and Happy can pop out when needed. I think that's the setup there.
So are they making it look like the last round but trying to wrap
Okay,
outside?
SMS.
Ooh, the repeat.
Sixer's going to peek this for sure. He's a peeker. He's definitely a peeker.
Yeah.
Just can't help himself. Oh,
Oh wow.
never mind.
Wow.
He helped himself. To Mixwell.
So
If
now,
Naf stays on the rail,
Tied
he
up.
might get legs. Wow, straight in the jaw.
how much damage does he get? That's the question.
20 seconds. Will he go for the bomb plant or no? Never mind.
He'll go for the death.
Go for the death. Yeah, so I think the ideal setup for Envy in that round is Sixers covering the cross and then Happy pops out as and when. It didn't work out on that occasion.
You really need to win those.
These are still on the round.
Okay, no
Yeah,
AWP
XMS
for
got a triple
Envy.
kill.
In this new version of Nuke, not a whole lot of teams are taking advantage of ramp anymore. Like not at all. It is a very actually, if you look at it, it's not super hard to take. Because most of the times you have you have the ramp rotate and you only have one guy that's stationed at ramp. It's one smoke and a few flash. The old Very Game strat, for example, had 2 smokes even. That smoked off you right after you go out ramp as T. You take a sharp right turn and you can peek under heaven that way. Whereas then you can transition to just throwing 1 smoke to clear off the ramp guy and just take it over.
The problem is you can't really just go ramp. Even if you kill that guy, it's so easy for the CTs to rotate, and there's so many positions that they can play from. You don't really have the utility probably to deal with all of that. So you kind of need to have presence in secret or somewhere, at least one player on the flank, so that he can backstab. I mean, it still can work. It's just very, very difficult.
Yeah, no, it's just
It needs to be like super explosive.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like it's one more area for the CTs to worry about, right?
Yeah.
Costs a little more havoc because right as you take ramp, if you actually do push it out, that ramp guy is basically forced to go down. So maybe you don't use it, maybe you do. Maybe you just fall back to lobby.
So when Dust 2 comes, but actually we'll come back to that in a minute because this is a pivotal round for both these teams, which Envy are holding on to at the moment. There we go. That was going to be an expensive one for them had they lost it. I mean, when Dust 2 comes back into the map pool, what map do you think it will replace? Because I do wonder about maps like Nuke in terms of a viewer experience, especially for new viewers. I think it can be really confusing.
I think that they're like doing the little circle kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they. I think it's
So
just a cycle.
What map is next then? It's Mirage, right?
Yeah, Mirage I think was the first one they did.
Yeah.
Because remember, NA Pugs played old Mirage for months.
And I can definitely.
Old Mirage was way cleaner.
Yeah, I agree. Or they might just replace maps like they, or you know, bring in new maps.
Just redo Cobble, please.
Yeah, just make sure that all of them are viable, and
Again.
then just replacing every major, like change out 2 maps every major.
What if they add Militia?
I'd be down to see some hostage maps, man. How
They've,
cool would that be?
They just released some more updates to it yesterday.
Look at this. Sorry, look at this little touch from OpTic. They actually got a Molotov for this round for the hut roof. That's pretty awesome, actually. He got the bomb down as well, so
Hashtag worth.
yeah, a smoke and a Molotov frag. Yeah, nice round from OpTic.
Nice.
It's the small details on rounds like this which is very nice, because it's an eco, but some teams just don't put enough effort in, I think, to those rounds.
Oh boy, this Gronk Monster Energy drink really kicks me up. I'm back now. I'm back.
You back?
It's nice. 10 out of 10.
Is it hitting the spots, Yanko?
It's hitting all the spots.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So we have a pause.
Timeout. Maybe.
Hopefully.
You like it, Dan?
I'm just reading the description.
Does Gronk mean to... Oh, it's that dude, isn't it?
It's Rob Gronkowski. He's
Okay.
a football player. He's
I'm
the tight end, James.
I'm hoping to play European football soon.
Yeah.
Pimp hooked me up with a really awesome website where you can just play pickup
Unleash
games
the beast.
in Santa Monica, I think. So I'm hoping to do that soon.
Yeah,
so
good
let's
thing
chit
Santa
chat.
Monica is just like an hour and a half from where we live.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they play at one day of the week. They play at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
It's mental.
How are you gonna get there? You're just gonna Uber at like 5 AM or something?
I'll do a different day.
Yeah.
Does not play the
Where's
7 a.m.
where's the dedication, man?
Well, I'll dedicate to one of the other.
You know
games.
you're like gonna sprain your ankle or break your foot or something when you go.
Once I rolled both my ankles in a game.
How do you roll both like, at once?
I feel like you're gonna be forced
or were
to be
you
the
like
I
you
had
do
keeper.
one and then you're limping?
I
and
rolled
that caused
one
you-
ankle in a 5-a-side game, and then it was weak for a few months, and I rolled this again onto MastroTurf,
Oh.
and then I rolled the other ankle like a few minutes later, and then I was just done.
Are you a,
I was just wrecked after that.
are you a striker, James?
I like to play midfield. I'm a very aggressive midfielder. I'm like a Roy Keane.
Roy Keane.
Yeah, man.
Ballsy.
Yeah. Six is back on the AWP, which makes me wonder if they'll go back to that setup of Happy again, where he's covering the cross.
Yeah, I still
But I
want to
mean-
see him at least at one time in that position that Shox was uses on G2.
Which
to
one's
the
that?
outside? Outside the so instead of there, which has been every round, you go to the T-red container, and there's that crate. There's 2 crates,
Oh, in the
and
corner.
you hide in that corner. And obviously, like if you have an AWPer outside, or even just if the AWPer is playing more passively elsewhere, you can get all the information out. So it's a very nice response if a team is doing the wall of smokes every round. OpTic aren't doing that though, because if they're doing the smokes every round, and it's a question of whether they're going secret or not, you don't want to just have Happy always sitting there. You want to have the information, but you don't want to dedicate a player that's that far away on rotation, which has
Where
been
is
an
that
issue.
smoke going?
Supposed to go outside, so he can't be up in heaven.
Well, it's not inside, that's for sure.
No.
Here comes the push from OpTic. Sixer on the inside now. See what Happy does soon enough. Smoke's down. There we go. Happy's coming in for the flank, but there's smoke, which will soon disappear. There it is. Jason caught the Molotov, but Tarek will save him. And the other 2 CT stuck outside the site. Bomb still on the floor, and time's running out. They need to get that bomb planted soon. Otherwise, the CTs will be better poised to capitalize on the situation, because I know one person stuck with a bomb plant.
It's going pretty well, actually, all things considered. I didn't think it would go this well at the start, but I've actually got a bomb down in a favorable position. We'll have to see if they can predict where the CTs are coming from here and the timings. Jason in hut and Tarek below. Tarek has a great angle, catches XMS out now. What will Sixer do? He sees just a pixel there. The problem is, though, he's going to have his scope out, unless he, well, this he has to go for the pistol play. He can't waste all that time with the scope out, so runs into Jason. That's the end of that. And I'm surprised OpTic won this round, because I don't know if they even realized what was working for them on their previous set piece, where they wrap main as well. And in that, you know, we have this setup where Happy's in that position and he's not rotating quickly enough or not stopping them from getting into main for free. Because this time they just went all through door ends and hut. Still managed to win the upper round.
Well, did they throw the outside smokes then? I feel like that. I think that all those 3 smokes were just fakes.
Yeah, I think the problem for OpTic... Oh, that doesn't help, just knifing your teammate. I think the problem for OpTic is they obviously have like good rounds or good ideas how to win a round, but they have a problem with doing it consecutively 2 rounds in a row. They just get reset every time. And obviously, it's very hard for them to gain any momentum. You feel like if they did a better job of picking when to go for which round, the score could be more in their favor, because they've won almost exclusively gun rounds. Besides that pistol round.
Okay, so will they go for the main wrap? This is interesting to see what Happy does now.
Come on, Epi.
Happy's been here for 5 rounds now, I think.
Every time.
Just to get this 1 round.
Wait. Nice!
There it is. It pays off.
Run
Where's
away.
Sixer though? Because
Run away.
Six will be covering the cross with all those grenades up. But he's covering the inside because there's nobody watching main. So there might be holes in that defense.
Hold back.
Behind the box. Sixer now on the low ground.
Don't do it.
And he's got his teammate moving deeper into ramp.
Nice.
Just in case. Safer position.
Fall all the way back.
He's backing up indeed. Happy in control room now, so the rotation's there. And this is going to be a really hard round for OpTic. 2 versus 5 at the moment.
Woo!
Now Mixwell is alone.
Yeah, that must really helps.
I told ya, Monster Energy really fires you up.
$1,000 in the bank for Mixwell, and he will he be knived? XMS
Great round from EnVyUs.
going for it straight away.
They actually played this one really well. Right.
Yeah, as soon as Happy gets the kill outside, they make the call because inner is completely empty. There weren't any smokes, any flashes. Sixer insta-rotates over to ramp. And he learned.
Yeah.
I was giving him a hard time yesterday. It's like he will always peek.
The funny thing is that you could tell that he wants to.
Yeah, I know.
But he's like, oh, I should make
There's
the
probably
right
someone like,
decision
nope, stay there, don't peek. Just like, who has? Yeah, Scoots has the do not peek bat. Just
Oh,
like
yeah.
slam them with it when they like over peek.
I like
when they
that. Do not
shouldn't.
peek back. I never heard about that before.
I mean, you can see how it can all go wrong. His teammate already fell back. He dies, gives up control of that area of the map. Then someone needs to split their focus. And that's where things can go wrong for you. This way, you just play it safe. Just keep falling back, and you just keep playing for info because they are cornered. You have the numbers advantage, and that way your teammates can play off of the information you give them. If you just die, obviously you can't give much info, can you? You're dead. You're dead, Dan.
It's very true. I'm liking Monster Yanko.
Right?
Monster Yanko is...
Monster Yanko is
pretty-
around 3-beer Yanko territory.
Okay, okay.
And a shot.
Do you mix your monster with the beer and the shot?
Hell no, I don't want to like be sick. Beer and energy drinks, then what kind of a mix is that? You British people are insane when it comes to alcohol. You can drink anything. Anything.
Vodka Red Bull?
No, that's normal.
That's alcohol and energy drink.
Yes,
I was
but
drinking
no.
vodka Red Bull
No,
and
no,
Nico
but
puked on
beer and energy drink.
Shoot.
Beer is
Wow.
like also a
And
carbonated drink. Vodka Monster actually is pretty good for you, except for the heart.
Okay.
For the moves.
It's good for your feet,
For
your
the
arms.
moves. Oh yeah, Pipeline Punch and vodka is a very interesting mix. Alex can testify to that as well. I think it was DreamHack Winter where we had that combination.
We're 4 hours into this best of 3.
Are we?
Yeah, we are. We are.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
wow.
half 9 and it's half 1.
No wonder.
It's almost late o'clock.
Almost. And we have another tactical timeout.
Another
Well,
Lisa clock.
we're going back to the
Dan.
game.
Dan loves some Lisa clock.
Honestly, if Gronkowski drinks this, everything becomes much more clear to me now. Because that guy is just insane. He's just a beast. Was injured for the better part of this season, but yeah. And your nickname is the Gronk. How badass can you be? A lot. He's a true badass.
Nafly on a scout.
You wouldn't
for
call
this
his
round.
shorts short.
Your shots are... Never mind. 3 dudes on silo and 2 man on road.
Wait, is Happy in just in control room?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no, okay. Interesting.
Nice how you force them to miss a kill because of your questions, Dan. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Sad smiley.
Okay, Mixwell on the catwalk. 6
Yeah, there he
we
is.
go.
Pick him. Pick him. He doesn't want to peek. It's like someone told Sixer, listen, no more funny business. You're gonna use your brain now.
Happy and screaming.
Dan, stop distracting the observers. They're missing all the kills.
Does Nafly have an upgrade anywhere?
Yes.
Seems the answer is no, Yanko.
There is an upgrade somewhere, James. 4 people are dead.
Or is there?
There is.
Bomb spotted.
Quality bands.
Top-notch material.
Smith's getting hunted. There we go. But is there an upgrade
Where's
for Nafly Scout? Nafly seems chained to the Scout for the remainder of the round. Although they don't really have time to go and hunt for a gun. A, for the bomb plant, and B, because they don't have the personnel.
Ooh. Get him.
Bomb is down. And Sixers alone now with the AWP. Now he has to peek.
Oh, interesting situation.
Yes.
There it is. He taps the bomb. Oh, Mixwell's playing it well.
He got outplayed.
Oh my god,
Reload.
the longest reload in the game.
Oh, he's selling him with a reload.
That's so sick.
He got it
as well. He got it.
That is so sick.
That is balls of... I don't even know,
That
man.
was one of the most ridiculous 1v1s I've ever seen.
Balls
I
of,
am just going to reload while I defuse.
balls of fromage.
That's tilting.
That's not like a sound cue thing, right? It's not.
I mean,
What's up, dude? Nothing is here. Chilling.
that is...
He's casting.
You want to jump on? Go. Go for it.
We're getting
nothing in.
James is like,
Jordan
please,
Nothing
please help
Gilbert
me.
on the podcast.
Please, thank God.
He seems to be filled with energy, which is great. What's up, Jordan?
I have no idea what's going on right now, boys.
It's all good, dude. It's all good.
4-hour best
Neither
of 3.
do we.
Yeah.
I honestly just wanted to sit on the couch.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's nice, it's
That's
nice.
all good. How's it going, dude?
Good. Got a lot of sleep. OpTic didn't. Feeling good.
Nice.
That was rude.
Nice. No, it's all good. It's all good. That's what we need.
You want to say they had nightmares about that game?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea, but...
What did you make of the game yesterday?
Yours. I know we had a good old-fashioned nip start. You know, start that first map on the NT side and get the momentum rolling. Yeah. And after that, you know, we also got pistols both on Kabul, right? I'm pretty sure. And so I think we just took a lot of momentum from them on the first map. And then Mirage we're comfortable on. Started CT, kind of just hammered it home.
Yeah.
That was smooth.
We started T on Mirage. It could have been closer, maybe.
How's things working with Automatic as an in-game leader compared to like Stewie?
Automatic in general is just like a more a meticulous person, I guess. You could see it even when you talk to him, right? So he hasn't had a chance, I think, on every map to like go over everything yet. So it's kind of just like calling kind of how Stu would want. But the cool thing, I think, is for someone like Stu, since he is one of our big playmakers, it allows him to see the map and see the game more. And it's always nice to have your explosive players more freed up. So that's like the plus side. But obviously we need to put some more time in with him calling.
My favorite Automatic story as an in-game leader is when you guys played SK in Katowice on Nuke and you beat them because it's like you never played Nuke before. And the story behind that was one day Automatic got home and decided to watch a bunch of Nuke demos, and he was just the in-game leader on that map, and they just beat SK. So he apparently, in one night of watching demos, figured out Nuke and how to play it, and they just beat
Maybe
SK.
that's why SK don't play Nuke anymore.
Yeah, probably. They've always been struggling on that map. I mean, early on, no one really played it that much, so they like mostly on skill could just beat a bunch of teams. But now, I don't think they're near the level of like VP North.
No, I mean,
NIP.
he was. Fallen was saying yesterday the reason he feels why they're not good on it. Because and I somewhat agree with it. He was saying that they have a lot of aggressive players, and Nuke is not really a good map for that on the CT side. There are a lot of places where you can push.
Yeah.
It's just more like
That's pretty
do you
cut
really
and
want
dry,
to?
rotation based,
Yeah.
just making sure
The
everything's
problem is
done.
you have a player like Ferk who doesn't want to be aggressive. He wants to always like be on the flank somewhere. You can't really flank on Nuke. I mean, to get that timing on yards to flank a
Yeah.
CT is so difficult.
That's a good CT side from EnVyUs.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. OpTic did have some more chances, but other than they were missing some smokes.
Yeah.
I think that, yeah, as I said,
How
I
many
think
retakes did they actually lose? They didn't lose too many, right? The last round, it could have been 10-5 actually.
This is definitely their chance, because we played OpTic online, and they definitely seemed like they're having a little trouble on Nuke. You know, for Jason, it's probably tough.
Yeah.
How do you feel like their decision to have a player who's never played at Tier 1 Counter-Strike, like, give him the role of the in-game leader?
He's been to a major.
I mean, I guess it also... yeah. Oh, yeah. yeah.
That look from Yako
Yeah.
to Robin there, that was amazing.
Yeah, no.
I think for them, it was mostly just like no one else wanted to do
Yeah.
it because it was so much out of their comfort zone. And Jason's rank S's with all these guys all the time, and just has... I honestly don't know what their combos look like inside the team, so I guess that was just the most comfortable choice for them. You know, they're going to use Hayes soon. Apparently, he's
here.
helping call. Yeah.
Yeah, he's here right now, yeah. But it's his first event, right? They got announced like a week ago.
Yeah.
It's not even permanent. It's like
He's
a
on trial,
trial thing, just to see how it goes.
I think the... Oh, this is a good upper
dear.
split right there.
It's happening. It's happening. Yeah, looks like they're actually...
Dan cast.
Oh god, I got a cast.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going for the whole day. That's fine. Everything's fine.
Great,
He's gonna
great
win the round.
commentary.
Nope, he
Dan.
loses the round. Oh god.
Great job.
Thanks. Thanks.
That's why he gets
Maybe I
paid
need
the big
more
bucks.
monster.
Coffee
Maybe I
time.
need
Yeah.
the what is
You want the
this?
Gronk? I'll
Give
give
me
you
the Gronk. Give
You
me on
need
the
Red
Gronk.
Bull.
Give me on the Gronk.
Oh, is that your sponsor?
Yeah.
I didn't. We will
We
pretend
doing a lot of
didn't
plugs
hear
here.
that, and we will not throw Jordan
Crack it open.
off the cliff.
Studio, can we get a shot of Dan really quick?
He has a... He can't
That's right.
drink when you
Sneak
stare
on.
at him, apparently.
Yeah, Dan has stage fright.
I don't think it's gonna happen, Dan.
It's not going to happen.
It's not gonna happen, Dan.
Don't take away from
Your
the gameplay.
sellout moment has passed.
Have you ever been to a
Alright.
Take TV tournament?
No.
No? So this is your first like kind of home story kind of tournament? kind of
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess like the small studio ones are kind of similar sometimes.
Basic Studio Finals. That's pretty.
This is, to me, this is almost preferred than those small studios because it's so much more chill with the food
Yeah.
and the relaxing, and everyone could just chill in the yard out here.
Relax. And
Yeah,
you
this
guys don't
place
have
is nice.
you're obviously you don't live in LA, but
Yeah,
your
I'm in
team
San
house is
Diego.
based in LA, right?
Yeah, most of Cloud9's houses are Santa
Mhm.
Monica area. It's nice. Everyone, I'm not sure no one's complaining about the weather.
Yeah.
The Swedish guys all out here are laughing like, holy crap.
No, we've been seeing actually Drake, and he's been spending more time outside tanning than he has been at the computer. It's like so nice.
Dude, it's so ridiculous coming from the UK. Like, every day is nice. What? Like my
Dan
body
took
is
a photo
compelled
yesterday
to go outside because
the
we don't have this
sky.
in the UK.
Yeah, Dan took a photo yesterday of the sky because it had no clouds.
Yeah,
He was like
yeah,
amazed.
Took a few.
I have not experienced this since
Ooh.
I was a wee boy.
So Envy with a potential chance here. 4 versus 4. They have no Kevlar though, but they have some deeks.
This is still looking good for OpTic here. They got control, even though this vent kill though could be good if Sixer makes a play in the vent. Nope,
Just Happy left.
be tough to win. Happy can't see the bomb.
Oh,
That was dangerous. And Naf with the ace somehow. It's always nice.
casual
Cheeky
ace.
Cheeky ace.
DC Lecros, Steagle ace.
I actually didn't see the cash one. I just
Okay.
yeah, I saw
yeah.
you guys watching it, so I saw a couple kills. He had like no health.
Like 10 HP most of it. Yeah.
10 HP 104.
Oh, it was for 4 players. That
Yeah.
feels 10 HP.
I mean,
Yeah,
it was
there
a
was
1v5, but the 1v4 was with 10
Yeah,
HP.
exactly.
So it's pretty
So
sick.
it's actually crazy the progression of the Deagle, because right when it first came out, everyone was complaining about the inaccuracy. And now somehow everyone is like a god with it. It's just
Yeah.
always 1 deeks.
And just people, it's time to try and learn.
Yeah.
Or they might have just also stealth changed it a little bit.
No, I think the problem is you can't really spam it. You know, that's where the inaccuracy maybe kicks in. But since it has like one shot headshot potential, if you have like good crosshair placement or good aim, you can just wreck people with it.
It's that range, isn't it? Like that range, you can't do anything like that with any other gun for that around that price. Yeah. So, do EnVyUs have some sick set pieces? That's what I wonder. So we've got the wall of smokes. Is this the first wall of smokes we've seen from EnVyUs?
Well, it is the first gun round then. Pretty much.
That's a very good point.
Like a proper one. So.
Oh, okay, so it's not actually like the secret wall of smokes. It's just like.
This looks like it's gonna be some kind of fake though, or yeah. Just trying to pull that under ladder guy to help outside, but if he's good, he'll stay there with Jason.
Jason pulling back, nice.
This is a tough one.
Oh, this looks pretty bad. Good
He died with
defense
the
though
bomb.
from
That's
Rush.
the bomb, yeah. At least he dropped down to site.
You feel like that was some miscommunication because Jason was already almost at the lower bomb site while Mixwell was kind of running in to support like him or to watch something. He was caught like with a nade out. Should have just stayed super passive and held ladder, but that's the problem. Because of those initial smokes, he couldn't be sure where the player yard is. You know, he was worried about getting shot in the back, and that's what happens. You don't really have a player forward on yard. You don't have the information. Did he just go down secret? Is he lurking around the smokes? Did he maybe sneak into garage if you didn't have someone spotting that? So it gets super tricky if you just give up a lot of control.
So I have a question for you, Jordan, on Nuke. Like, what do you think is the most optimal like anti-force spy strategy
As terrorists?
for as a T? Yeah.
I think sometimes the game is still kind of in that early meta phase, like kind of like how Mirage was when people throw a top mid smoke and you can kind of abuse the extremities. You can't do it as much anymore. On this map, though, it seems like just literally swinging outside wide around the red box and just going through the yard and taking those long distance duels with like a Molotov secret is good. You see VP do a lot of things where they'll do that the first anti-eco, then the second anti-eco they'll kind of mimic that, but then just send 3 out ramp quick or something, you know, and kind of just catch people off guard. So
We're back on screen.
I think North also does a good job. When they go secret, they have a couple of SMGs and they always have a lot of utility to like molly out vent, smoke off one side of ramp, molly out the other. You know, they clear a bunch of those close corners with utility. That way, even if the CTs are stacked, they can't really just have crossfires established. That some of them are going to be out in the open, and that way you can trade.
Yeah, even right here, you notice how EnVyUs is taken outside. It's not quite the wall of smoke because they know Mixwell doesn't have that op in his hand, so they could still save 2 smokes in a Molotov and get to lower. And I mean, we'll see if they do that. But like you said, they can smoke off the U-Haul, and it's a really good hit for lower.
So we get a play into main here. It's an okay range for the UMP still for NAF. It's like he's bullied, scream away, but Mixwell's still lurking, so these next couple of frags going to be kind of interesting to see which way they go. As Mixwell's still just waiting there. He knows that there could be players surrounding him at this point. Now he's been spotted. This is quite scary right now. So, okay, there we go. Someone's going to die. It's going to be Scream, it seems. And the push down to secret. But OpTic, no, they should be able to get a good rotation in. Although there's no smoke to delay them.
Jason's in a pretty good position here if Naf can distract for him, but
Happy's the only one with a smoke, and he was outside Squeaky. So this is going to be tricky for EnVyUs to even plant the bomb here.
This is looking good for OpTic here.
And the bomb's down now, so it looks like a pretty good cleanup. I was worried a little bit that... oh, okay. I was worried that they... I'm always worried when the Ts can get into control room without contestation. With any contestation, because it feels like such a strong position, but as you say, like without the utility, when you get to that point...
What's contestation? That's not a word.
Contestation?
It's not a word.
Is it not a word?
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
Maybe you had too much of the Gronk.
Maybe I'm too...
maybe the Gronk rubs you the wrong way, Dan.
Maybe the Gronk is only for some.
Only for the purebred, the manly Serbians who can, you know, handle the Gronk. You're more of a pipeline punch type of a guy.
Okay, I see.
I don't know. I saw Dan doing the using the little Olympic bars.
Yeah.
On Twitter the other day, so I think he might be ready.
I mean, he does that all the time in the house. It's extremely weird. Him just hanging on.
I'm gonna put it down. Gronk has been
happening
put down. Alright, so Tech9's doing some damage, or just 1 kill so far. EnVyUs, how do you feel like would be the best response for them, you know, to OpTic's defense so far? Like anything in particular that jumps out at anyone?
I don't know. The outside take when they used the wall of smoke seemed to pull the like it kind of exposed that OpTic's rotations might be a little off. So maybe something delayed from that. See what they can feel out at first. I mean, like I said on this map, there's still a couple small things you could do to pull rotations, and people aren't. You don't see too many people doing so much creative. Like you saw the NIP guys do some cool stuff last LAN. Astralis has some unique stuff, but generally, you know, Mixwell right now is Garage or Catwalk if he's not jump spotting. So
I feel like being aggressive in a certain setup in like duos towards yard is something that's underutilized by the CTs. I think FaZe does it, Astralis does it with Glaive, FaZe with Rain. Where you have an Opper maybe where Mixwell is, or someone just being a bit aggressive, and then player sneaks up because the Ts can't move as quickly when they know an Opper is in the round, right? They don't want to get picked off. And that's why you can surprise them. G2 does it a little bit.
Yeah, I was about
to
say like G2 Shocks is.
And this is like the difference. You can see them running, and that way, who Mixwell probably hears this, and he can give info to his team. Oh, Naft gets dinked.
Oh dear. It's always again like it's crazy to me like how much difference a smoke makes before the Ts can get to that control room for the rotation on the CTs. And EnVyUs are a bit too fast, it seems, to these positions, trading out pretty effectively here onto the lower side. But OpTic not really in any good position. Just Tarek really who had a good position to take a fight. Everyone else stuck in vents and caught on the rotation.
It's very important, okay, obviously for one to know your rotations. Like if you lose yard vision, to know who is going to go to secret. Is it the upper guy? Is it the guy who's helping ramp and that stuff? But it's also, in my opinion, super important to have setups, right? Not just have one player on the stairs. Have them like work as a duo. Have 2 players on the stairs that they're going to pick together, or have one in vents and one towards a control room. I feel it's too greedy to just expect from one player to hold secret, then have one player watch main, one player watches. You can't hold everything at the same time. So you need to make a risk, make a gamble somewhere. Usually that's leaving the upper bomb site more vulnerable, since one player can still get a couple of kills by himself, and also depending on how the round goes, you can rotate quickly enough back, or you can execute a retake. Because here you see Naf, even if he doesn't get dinked, he's probably going to be forced off of that position. The rest of the team is already took control of the office, of the control room, and all of the OpTic players were basically caught in 1v2s. No one had, maybe it's a couple of duels, but you never had an established crossfire to hold the Ts. And that's a big problem. You always want to have some sort of a setup. You want them to come into your hands, to play into your hands, and not to get caught out by whatever they're doing.
Have they with the triple smoke they do outside? Have they actually gone with? Has that been like the main push in the majority of rounds so far?
Yeah, pretty much.
Have they used it for like kind of like a fake?
I mean, they always throw the smoke, so
yeah,
almost always throw the smokes. Just depends what they do after.
Yeah. Because it always seems like there is presence there. Whereas with the wall of smokes, you can often see maybe a couple rounds in a row where a team will actually not put anybody outside, but it's still, the question mark is there.
I mean, this is the problem. Naf is here by himself. The only thing that's good here is he can get 1 kill and probably fall back.
Oh, yeah.
And this is like, what does this gain for the CTs? The good thing is that he can give a lot of info, because there were a lot of EnVyUs players there. You can see the rotates coming in, but Happy, here's the player dropping down. This rotation is good. The only problem is once you spend that much utility getting to secret, you don't have anything to smoke Mixwell off, and now he can shut this execute down by himself.
So going
There's
back,
a smoke.
Interesting
Convenient.
stuff. All right, so up onto the upper side now for EnVyUs, and it looks like they've sort of thrown OpTic through a loop here, as they were seemingly convinced that it was going to be a secret, or the committed play would be down secret through onto that lower bomb site. But instead we've got this 3-on-3 post plants. They still had enough utility to get the smokes in the right places here. Really annoying to have to deal with that smoke on main for the CTs. Finally that's going to be going away, but plenty of time for EnVyUs to get that setup working for them. Some coordination, not quite perfect here for OpTic. Let's see though if it works out for Rush. Indeed it will. So Scream goes down and it's all on a very, very low Happy. And they should be good to go here. And yeah, indeed, Happy will be taken out, and the defuse comes in. It's a good retake from OpTic, considering that EnVyUs were able to essentially force them out of position for a quick swing back to upper.
What do you feel, Jordan? I feel like if you don't have a player who can give you concrete info outside a CT, that it's always safer to gamble and put more players down secret. Because for me, like, one of the most difficult things is once you get control of secret, like from this point to go back to the upper bomb site, it's very hard to like execute properly and to win the round.
I guess it just depends on how you start, because yeah, I agree, but one thing that can happen too is if they're opting outside, a lot of times upper is going to be weak when they throw those smokes. So if you play 2 secret right away, and for instance, like say Mixwell takes a shot, late round there's just like openings like taking that highway to heaven if he needs to pick up ramp from under ladder or something like that. So I think the double secret is good to just throw in right away and have like an upper stack with 1 under ladder and give up ramp kind of. So you need to know that you're going to give up ramp, because if you try to watch everything with a double secret setup, you're going to be exposed to some kind of lurk. So I think it's good, but yeah, you just got to be aware that you're probably going to need to give up something.
Because when you have to go back from secret towards mini, there's so many angles you need to cover. You probably don't have as much utility because you spent it to take control of yard or secret.
Yeah.
It feels like it's the safer option for the CTs. Well, Mixwell is. That flick was sick. The first one, not the second one.
And we're just kind of running out of options here. Again, it's always interesting to see how teams, like, how do they value, how they want to play for rotations on this map. Do they want to focus on taking duels, or do they want to actually say, we just want to make sure that we can get everybody in the right position? Because, for example, again, like going back to Secret, with who was it? Was it Naf there? I'm not sure which player it was. Naf. Yeah. So he had a situation where maybe he could just be shoulder peeking, so he doesn't want to take the fight, just wants to get the info and not even consider getting a kill, but just to plant the smoke down there. Because as soon as that happens, and you know, you have to come back out, pretty much, right? It's so hard because the rotation is going to be there in control room. The CT's going to alter their setup, so I mean that feels like a higher value play.
So he was even blind.
In a sense. Because then you have better rotation, you can control where the T's are going, and they have to come back out to the yard, like you said, most of the time.
I mean, what you see players do at times, I think it's Freiburg who does it occasionally. He has an incendiary out, and he only watches the pixel, and as soon as he sees the pixel, he throws the incendiary down and falls back, because that buys enough time for the incendiary to bloom. If you want to run through it, you're going to take 60-70 damage probably, and if you throw your own smoke, he's already set up. I mean, he has the advantage at that point. So there are different ways to play around it. In the end, it should be like a team decision. Are you going to rotate more bodies, or does the player have to play more for info and for buying time rather than just trying to get the kills by himself?
All right, well, OpTic seem to be pulling their way back into this one. So, who do you think is going to take it over the line here? I mean, this has been pretty close and a very unpredictable series, generally speaking. So I regret immediately asking that question, but you guys pulling for any one team or other? How do you, Jordan? How do you feel like OpTic are doing, like with Jason right now? Do you think, like all things considered, you know, trialing, hasn't really played at this level, is the in-game leader, hasn't really done that before. Like, do you think that they're handling it okay, or?
I think it's alright. I mean, you see like on train and stuff, like some maps, like they obviously have a comfort zone now. Maybe it doesn't have like too much depth to it, but they definitely have a comfort zone, which is cool for him being such a new caller at this level. Yeah, I think their CT side here they could close out this match for sure, just because they're CT side. So I don't think it's terrible. This is a type of team that you don't know how long it's going to last with this, whatever the comfort zone is, because I don't know if Jason even likes calling. You don't know if they like their style. So even from talking to the guys, they seem kind of not sure with their identity, so they're all kind of just trying to frag out and play off their foundation from the past.
So who do you think is Mixwell like the player that's like the most scary to play against on OpTic, or is it somebody else?
I think it's kind of a mix. I think funny. I think Mixwell and Tarek are kind of those just like wild cards that if they have their space and their freedom, they'll get a lot of frags. But I think Rush and Naf are actually two like pillars of the team, because both of them, Rush on T side does a lot of smart play, just like really staying at home. Naf on CT side randomly picking up the op, or just kind of sitting in the corner, almost Crim style, and just getting those kills. Those players are the ones that make Tarek and Mixwell comfortable. So I think it all just hinges on each other. And I think, you know, when they lost Stan, I think that was the thing that kind of brought them down a notch. Is they need to find that strategic comfort again to allow them all to, you know, play to those strengths.
We'll give you the same question that we gave Fallen. Who's the, if you were to like rank all the teams right now in North America, how would you rank them?
I mean, is that including Brazilians?
Yeah, you can do that as well. I mean, obviously SK is probably top there, but
Yeah.
even like Luminosity, Immortals.
It's weird. I would say outside of SK, we're probably the best team in North America, but Immortals has always seemed to kind of like have our number. So it's, I feel like we play better than Immortals versus other teams right now if you were to match us up. So, and then OpTic, I feel like is in a little limbo. I feel like Liquid has like a good trajectory going. I think if they can get their stuff together, you know, they have all the tools right now with Stanislaw, Twist, a lot of firepower, JDMs. A good stay-at-home Opera who will get a lot of kills. Elige is obviously insane. So, you know, Liquid, if Nitro and if Elige is getting kills, Nitro supporting well, and then Twist has that freedom, they're going to be a really good team. OpTic, I think, just needs to figure out what's going on.
What do you feel about the new CLG? Because like no one expected anything from
actually,
them in Kiev.
they're a fun team to practice against because for a long time when I played CLG, I just felt like they were always a step behind strategically. And I don't know if it was because they didn't know what to do or if it was just the way they practiced, but I don't know, maybe some credit to their coach and FNS helping them, but...
Who's the new coach?
I'm a pet. I never... That's his alias,
Yeah, I'm a pet, yeah.
But when you play against them, you could tell, You tell that they're doing a lot of research. Nate, Kusta, those guys, Ricky, they're all really hungry. And so I think that is just shining through a little bit.
I was surprised at how good they were like fundamentally in Kiev, you know. And finally we see Mixwell being more aggressive with the AWP and it pays off.
Nice.
14-13, that's the right time to do it. Throw a curveball, never did it in this half until this round. And this is where Nuke is one of those maps where you getting picked off early is going to be more detrimental than some of the other maps. Also in terms of, did you have some utility that was crucial for the team to use? Like if you had a smoke and now that smoke can't be used, then maybe what Happy wanted to call is not going to work because you needed all of the nades. So it seems like they're going for an upper fake, want to go ramp. Who's there? Jason just dies. It's not good. Rush trades.
Trade by Rush.
This is where it's going to be extremely difficult. Like with Happy lurking, 2 players taking control of the bomb site. Yeah, especially when that happens.
Looking good. OpTic only have to deal with 1 player now. Surely Scream can't clutch this 1 versus 4.
Oh, you said that. You said the Jinx word.
The Jinx word. I invoked the Jinx word for epic plays. Let's go.
They have no idea he's in the smoke though.
Oh, let's spray on the first one. Oh, just the second kill, not really clean. Not coming at all, in fact. So the round for OpTic, 15-13. They're 1 away. They're 1 away now. How do you feel about EnVyUs then? I don't know if you have seen much of them in this iteration, but
yeah, I haven't actually. In this particular match, I'm more surprised. That first gun round, I think it was, that they won. They did the outside wall smoke and they sent 1 down, and then they went ramp back to upper.
Yeah, they faked lower just to show
that worked great, and it moved the rotation. They haven't done that since. I'm kind of surprised because you could tell when the upper's outside like that, a lot of times an upper guy's going to go down quick because the ramp guy has no like direct support and they got to worry about upper. So I'm surprised we haven't seen that again.
That's a nice little gift.
Yeah.
Not a gift. He took it. He took that kill.
So 5 versus 4, really early. I feel like every team, T-side's team needs to like understand on every map. Okay, you get that early pick, right? How do you play the advantage? What's your go-to? How do you feel about this?
You
like,
get another kill then.
Well, okay, I guess that works. Fair enough.
And another one.
All right then.
Yeah, on this map, it's the advantage. Try not to get pushed from hut. Try not to get picked outside for no reason. Kind of group up. Kind of the same old story.
It's looking really good for EnVyUs.
That escalated quickly.
Did OpTic have money, right? They must have money for another buy. They've been winning a lot of rounds. Yeah.
16k almost on Rush. They got money for days.
One thing I'm curious about with the EnVyUs lineup is if they'll, with Happy's leading, if they'll ever kind of change, like you've seen Get Right do the old lurking style, you know, SK's kind of shown, that's a good round to win. SK's kind of shown that, you know, if it's always that one guy, it can kind of limit how flexible you can bounce around the map. So I mean, obviously Happy.
I think EnVyUs as a team, they're changing their style a little bit. So I'm hoping if Happy can change the way his team plays, he can change the way he himself plays to an extent. Because, you know, talking to some of the other players, I'm sure you guys feel the same. On some maps, you just know where he's... talking to the North guys, I think they just said whenever we play against Happy on Cobble, you just have one player constantly looking at window in drop.
Yeah.
Eventually, he's going to be there. That's a wallbang.
Yeah, that happens.
That's not bad. Another like crucial round towards the end of the game. Mixwell gets the pick early on. Let's see if EnVy can adjust in a better way this time around. With the in-game leader dead, he can only focus now on telling the team what to do, perhaps.
Yeah, it was a big kill. Mixwell's coming up huge in these last couple rounds.
So now this is like, it always feels awkward on Nuke, like to develop rounds when you get someone picked off immediately, where you haven't really had time for that player to use his utility to help you with his utility to gain like position around the map, maybe take outside, and then you're kind of stuck in the lobby and radio room. It always feels pretty awkward because even if you get ramped, it's still pretty easy for the CT to just like rotate around and play and keep all the angles safe. But nice little pick there coming out of Scream.
It's a good decision by EnVyUs to just kind of walk out their ramp. I think Rush, yeah, they definitely communicated. This is a little...
Oh, he spots it, and all the kills start coming OpTic's way. They're so close now, just one more, and they can clinch this incredibly long best of 3, 4.5 hours or something. Just one more, and there it is, 16-14, and we have a winner. We have a winner. OpTic actually won. I honestly had no idea who would win at the beginning of this, or at any point, I think.
That's usually what happens coming into a game. Then any given Sunday, you can win or you can lose. It's a game of two halves.
I like this dynamic here.
Oh yeah, it's been a long day.
It's just the first game.
First game.
It's a long day. It's a long day.
Just the first game.
I was getting to that before the game went live. That because obviously for Cloud9 versus OpTic, it was very one-sided. And it was same versus SK versus EnVy. It was very one-sided as well. So like it should have been a very even game, which I think that we got here. It was a little bit of a toss-up, 50-50 on who would actually end up winning. But at least now we know. Now we know. EnVy, they're out. They're out. Maybe we'll get Happy on the couch.
That'd be pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
Possibly. Yeah, you can do that. See. Yeah. We had a test, Jordan. So to give you like a little bit of a rundown.
If
you look at Dan's shorts,
see how you can
a bit tight. Bit tight.
You can't.
There we go.
You can't stick in a pen in there. So he's doing the pen test.
Okay.
You can't.
You can do that.
Do that.
Nice.
Oh,
he's so happy.
That's all you can
innovative.
do. That's
Innovative. Aluminium.
Hey, we spell it aluminium, right? And I think it was a British guy that discovered aluminium, but then the Americans renamed it. You guys renamed it. Why?
Aluminum.
Because it's easier, less letters.
Fair enough, I guess. Yeah.
Aluminium.
So who else can we get on the couch from your team? Could help us out here.
Everyone, the massage therapist person is here, so everyone's kind of just funneling into that room.
Oh, nice.
The couch is slowly going to lose people.
Yeah, I'm going there next.
I mean, if we any final thoughts about this game?
Focus on the game. That seems to happen a lot.
Thank God it's over.
That seems to happen a lot at this event.
Robin has had enough of
I'm
work
just asking,
for today.
like this. Anyone to
Let's
talk
wrap
about,
this up, boys. Come on.
Else, or
well, I only focused on this. I only watched the second half of Train because I was at the hotel, and then Nuke.
Oh,
so
he's telling us to be quiet. And
okay, we should
break.
shut up. Well,
he said you
can definitely finish what you were saying.
No, yeah, I watched the second half of Train and a little bit of Nuke, and like we were saying, I'm curious what directions EnVy's going to go because obviously all those guys are aware of what's going on at the highest level.
I mean, they are the B squad, though, right? If you look at it,
G2
got the what?
But they're
laying
still
down the truth.
No,
yes.
Of course, whatever.
Obviously,
they are
I mean,
the
if you look at it, these are the rejects.
They are
like
the rejects.
They are
the players no one wanted to play with, so they just formed the team.
But I mean, whether or not they seem close enough to have the skill. But even like that last round when they went back upper, like I feel like some of the better teams know, like the guy flanking under ladder, obviously OpTic probably called ramps open,
Yeah.
so they know he's coming first. So they should probably let the upper guys go out hut first, take that
Yeah.
attention, and go up. And so those little things, maybe they'll. I guess that just depends on the theme of the team, and maybe it'll change. 'Cause
Sure.
that stuff happens. So.
Ooh, are you planning on sticking around a little bit for the next game, or?
Well, yeah, we're gonna. I mean, I'm just gonna go set up, warm up a little, but I'll be around, walking
Okay,
around.
cool. All right, then I'll save the question for when you're back.
All
All right,
right.
awesome. So I guess it's time for a break. We have NIP and Godsink coming next. I do believe that's going to be pretty interesting. Domestic matchups always are. We'll
Talking
see you
about B
after
teams.
the break.